Hello, World Wide Web. Welcome back to the Hangin With Web Show. I'm GW Pomichter. Thanks for logging on and tuning in. We are here in Orlando, Florida at MegaCon 2017. Down on the floor right now, Allie Ingraham is checking out some of the amazing folks down at Artist Alley. So we're going to go down and check in with her and see how she's doing. Allie, who are you hanging with now?
Welcome back, everyone. This is Allison Ingraham, and I am here at the 2017 MegaCon in Orlando, Florida, and I'm hanging with comic book writer and artist Walter Ostlie. Hey. Thanks for hanging with us.
No, thank you very much for having me.
So tell us a little bit about your comic book.
So I have two comic books. I have Cubicles and Shiver Bureau. Shiver Bureau is a supernatural mystery about these detectives in London trying to solve a case of missing orphans. But there's ghosts and monsters everywhere, so a lot of action and comedy. And Cubicles is just a over-the-top, ridiculous sci-fi comedy about slacker office workers on a space adventure. So I like to make fun books for everybody, and so just a lot of fun.
Yeah, great. What was your inspiration behind getting started writing your first book?
I've always had stories in my head, and making comics was the way of getting it out. Like, even when I was a kid, I would make up stories for my G.I. Joes and everything. And so as I got older, I was like, I need to get it out of my head. So I started teaching myself to write and draw, and that's how I got here.
Awesome. Do you do all of your own illustrations?
Yes, I do all of my own illustrations. I started drawing about 8 years ago, and I didn't know how to do it, so I've been training since then and just kind of building, not any formal training, just kind of figuring it out as I go.
Oh, that's great. Are there any characters or stories that you're dying to get out there?
Well, yeah, mine, the ones I just told you about. But yeah, I mean, I have a whole bunch in my head that, you know, I would love to do, and you know, if someone asked me to write Batman, I wouldn't turn it down, but you know, but I have a bunch of stories of my own that I want to do, so yeah.
Yes, awesome. Who or what are the biggest influences in your life and in your career?
Well, you know, my wife obviously keeps me going, keeps me motivated, so I can't do anything without her. She's the most important person. But yeah, I mean, I've been, inspired by so many different things as I've grown up. You know, there was all the movies I watched when I was a kid and rewatched, like Princess Bride, The Goonies. All those movies have been influences on me. And then, you know, just like even looking around Artist Alley, like the amount of talent in this room right now is just really inspiring and, you know, keeps you motivated because they're doing it. That makes me want to do it. And so,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Are you working on anything now currently?
Yeah, actually, Shiver Bureau is a continuous story, so I'm working on volume 2 right now, and hopefully, you know, get it out sooner than later. But I'm about 21 pages into 200 pages, so it's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be a while.
Oh, that's cool. Do you find that there are any restrictions in the comic book writing?
I don't think so. That's the really cool thing about comic books. You have, you know, besides paying for stuff, but you have, for the production of the actual story, you have an unlimited budget. You know, drawing a spaceship isn't a big deal. You can have an army of 1 million people fighting another army of 1 million people. So I think comic books are the most open and freeing storytelling you can have because you're not restricted by actors. You can have any actor you want. You can have any design you want. So I think it's like a real freeing, and I think that's why so many people come back to it. Because of that storytelling aspect. You can do what you want.
Right. Now, do you self-publish or do you have a publisher?
I am self-published currently. Been working on these books for a few years. Self-published last year, got them printed. They're both printed last year too, so if you look at them, they kind of still crack open.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Do you frequent a lot of Comic-Cons?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, that's the best way to get the book in the hands of people and tell them about the book, you know, in person.
Great.
So it's more personal that way. MegaCon is, I've been here 5 or 6 years in a row. It's my first convention ever. So yeah, it's like coming back home.
Yeah, exactly. So what's coming up for you? Doing more cons? Do you do book signings with
yeah, every once in a while I'll go to comic book stores and do signings. There's like a bunch of cool shops everywhere, so it'd be nice to get out there and meet people that are a little bit more quiet of a setting, so you can actually interact a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, always more conventions to do. I have, like, for the next month, I'm doing one every month, so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So,
wow.
You know, like I said, it's the best way to get out there and talk to people.
Yeah,
so.
it is. And where can people find you and your books?
Best place to find me is at walterostlie.com, and you can find links out to all my stuff. Shiver Bureau, you can read online if you want to check it out for free. You can do it that way, but otherwise I'm everywhere, Facebook, Instagram, etc., etc. So.
All right, beautiful. Well, guys, it's been so much fun hanging with Walter. Don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment, let us know what you think of our show and our guests. You can also check our guest link below. Remember to subscribe, log in, and stay tuned to see who we're hanging with next.
Fantastic stuff down there on the floor. Before we go, though, we want to thank our partners and our friends. We want to thank Something Unique Magazine, Wordfire Press, Space Coast Comics, Famous Faces and Funnies. These are the folks that share these videos all over the World Wide Web, help to share these amazing creators with you and the rest of the web. So wherever you are, remember, subscribe, log on, tune in, and see who we're hanging with next.